Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the Scan Tool Network. In this video we're taking a closer look at the iCarsoft CR Max and if it's going to be suitable or if it's good, if it's worthwhile purchase for buying if you have a Mercedes-Benz. I'm going to pop the link to this kit in the description below this video. You can pick it up at Diagnostic World. It's www.diagnostic-world.com. Like I say though, fakes and clones do exist, so if you want to make sure you're getting the genuine and official product that won't damage your vehicle, use the link in the description and that will take you direct to the genuine and official product. So we've got this tool plugged into the diagnostic port of the vehicle via this data cable here, and you can see it's a 2015 Mercedes A-Class. We've got a check engine light, we've got an airbag light on the dashboard, and it's a touchscreen tablet based tool. So it's quite a sturdy workshop oriented tool with a stand behind it, and we've been using this tool on a lot of vehicles over the past sort of two years, I would say, and the software just keeps getting better and better, adding more features and vehicles all the time. You do get free updates for life, so that's one of the benefits of this tool. I do know the likes of the competitors, which are Autel and Xtool, they do offer updates for the first year, but then after that you need to pay like a yearly update cost, which is, I think the Autel one's like £130. Some of the Xtool ones are more. Anyway, that's by the by. We're here to talk about the CR Max. So we're going to first of all look at this particular vehicle, and what I'll do is I'll click into well, there's two main sections. We've got diagnostics and a service option. Okay, these are the two main icons that you'll use. So first of all, if we go into diagnostics, what this is going to do is this is going to show us a huge list of all the manufacturers that it does cover. So it's perfect if you've got a Mercedes and you've got other makes and models as well. So what I'll do is you can also section them up into like continents, but we're just going to click on to Mercedes-Benz. This Mercedes actually is due a little update. You can see it's got a cloud next to it, so we do need to run a quick update on this software, but it should be okay for the purposes of this video. So what you can do is you can either ask the tool to find your vehicle automatically, or you can select the vehicle manually. So in this instance, I'm going to show VIN automatic. It's going to automatically find the vehicle, and then it'll allow us into this screen here, which is the screen that we start diagnosing from. So quick test just does a quick test of the whole vehicle. Auto scan automatically scans the vehicles for the systems which are installed to this vehicle. Control unit gives us a big long list of all the potential systems we can diagnose in this vehicle, and I'll come to the service option in a little while. We'll click on to control unit for now. So this is like a list of, in the 2015 A-Class, these are the systems which would be potentially installed to this vehicle. Now, not all of them will be, okay? As an example, Parktronic PTS, that's the parking sensor system. This vehicle doesn't have parking sensors installed, okay? So if we were to click onto the Parktronic, it would just give us a link error. So don't worry about that. It just means it's not fitted. All right, we'll concentrate on systems that we know are fitted, and what I'll do is I'll show you. You see, I'll show you the list here. Now, depending on which vehicle you go into, this list will be different. This shows us about 50 odd different systems that we can potentially diagnose. If you want to go into a C-Class, it might give you 60. If you go into an E-Class, it might give you 70. All really depends on the specific vehicle that you're in. Okay, now seeing as we're here, I'm going to show you some code reading and reset. So we've got a check engine light on, as you can see there. I'm going to go into the engine control module, and I'm going to read fault code. So it's giving us two fault codes. It's going to give us the description of each fault. Now don't worry if you don't know what these mean. What I would advise you to do is put the fault codes and the description into say like a Google search engine. You can guarantee if you're getting these faults, somebody else will have had these faults as well, so it'll probably give you the answer as to what you need to do. Okay, now with this one we can clear fault memory, fix the fault, clear fault memory. I suspect we're going to get a little error message. Yeah, failed to complete operation. That's because for this car you need to turn the engine off, put the ignition on. Alright, so then we'll go back, we'll clear the fault memory again. Okay, this time it's saying erase operation done, and we'll start the engine and hopefully the check engine light will stay off. it has. Well, it comes back on and it's gone off. And it's the same process really for any other system that you've got a fault in. Like you can see, we've got the SRS, the airbag fault. So we go read fault code again. If you don't know what these mean, put them into a search engine. The answers will be there and it'll give you an indication of exactly what you need to do. Clear fault memory. The airbag light has gone off there. You generally only need to turn the engine off if it's an engine related fault. Okay, so then what you could do is, let's say for example, while here we can go to the engine system. We can show you some live data. So let's say you wanted to find some DPF live data. It's really good because it gives you like suit content, temperatures, and different DPF data that you would generally kind of need if you wanted this kind of data. And there's lots of different sections as well, so it's not just that, but like you could go into a different section. I can't go into transmission because it's a manual transmission, but if you had an automatic, you could go into transmission, you could look codes up, you could look at live data, you can get transmission oil temperature as well. If you go to drivetrain, you can go to view data and it gives you lots more like bits of live data. So there are so many different like types of live data that you can actually get. Now while we're in this subject of being able to diagnose faults and find faults, what I'll show you is a little bit of what they call actuation or bidirectional testing. So if we look at this one here, instrument cluster, let's say you were starting your vehicle and some of the needles weren't working, or you were worried that some of the dashboard warning lights had been masked to hide a fault, or maybe they're not turning on when the engine is started when they should turn on. So what you can do is you can go to actuation test and you can test these things out. So let's say for example we can go to indicator lamps. You want to test that, make sure all of the lights come on when they should, or that they're all working. So I'm just going to click on here and you can see the warning lights, they've all come on there. Alright, so turn them off. Same again, you can do a needle sweep. So okay, on, keep an eye on the needles. They drop, they swoop, and they drop back down. There we go. So we just click off and go back, and you can do that kind of thing with lots of different parts of the vehicle. Like if you've got things like your doors and you wanted to make sure, let's say the window wasn't popping down, okay, and you want to find out whether it was the motor or whether it's the switch. So what you can do is you can do an actuation test. Left front power window. So what you can do is just bypass these and you can go down, and although you can't see it, you might be able to hear the window going down in 3 stages, and you pop it back up. So you know the motor works, and you can test a lot of other things. Like I'm just sort of really, I'm not even touching the surface here of everything that you can do, because we can't compact everything into sort of one big video. It would take days. But yeah, so that's the side of things whereby you will diagnose faults. Okay, now the other menu I was telling you about was the service menu. So if we click onto that, this gives us a wide range of different services that we can potentially deal with. Okay, so things like oil service resets, DPF regenerations, electronic park and brake, ABS brake beading. Discount this one entirely because this does not work on any Mercedes vehicle. The battery registration, I just don't know why they can't figure out the software for that, but if you do need the tool for battery registration, don't buy any of these tools. So there's lots of different things that you can do there. Now let's see what so just because this is a big list of different service items doesn't mean that they'll all work on your specific vehicle. So the way to test that, well, the first thing, if you haven't bought the tool yet and you want to know which of these services are suitable for your vehicle, just contact these guys. There's the email, or you can just go onto the website and find the contact page. Give them your VIN number and ask them tell them which services you're looking to get out of, or which services you're looking to use, and they'll tell you whether it's suitable for that particular vehicle or not. Okay. If you've already bought the tool and you want to know which of these services are suitable for your vehicle, well, we go out of that, we go back into the diagnostics, we go back to Mercedes. This time we'll select it manually. So the last time we selected the automatic VIN check, or VIN identify. This time we're going to select the vehicle manually. So this gives us like a list of all of the different vehicles that it will cover. Just pause the screen here if you want to double check this. You want to make sure that your vehicle is on this list. I mean, it does pretty much cover everything, so just go through it, and then when we get back to the start, I'll select this vehicle, which is a class 176. It's a diesel engine, it's a 180 CDI. It's found it, and yeah, so I told you about the top 3 icons. I didn't tell you about the service icon. So this service icon will actually show us which service functions are suitable for this specific vehicle that it's connected to. Now it'll be interesting to see actually if we get the same amount of service functions doing the manual selection as we do the automatic selection. So this is just going to take a few seconds just while the tool connects to the vehicle. Alright, so it's now telling us that there are potentially 10 different service items that we can do with this. So we've got oil service reset, electronic park and brake, DPF, injector coding, and a few others as well. Within this miscellaneous menu there are a few extras as well. So that's a good way of finding out which of those service functions I showed you in the big long list actually work in your specific vehicle. So we got 10, and that's generally about the case, you know. There's probably going to be no vehicle that covers everything because they just simply won't have everything installed. So yeah, that is, I'm just trying to think if there's other things that I could show you. There's so much like vehicle coverage, so much system coverage that this tool can do. It does free updates for life. Cost of the tool right now is $359. I believe it is going up to $369. So let's just assume it's $369, but if you get it at $359 price, then great. And you know, a few of the icons, the good thing is you can double this up as a tablet, so it's like an Android based thing, so you can sign up to an account and you can start downloading apps, you can play games, you know, everything that you would normally be able to do on an Android tablet. But obviously the main thing is the diagnostics of the tool itself. Alright, so just trying to think if there's anything else that I need to cover. I'll show you once again just the service items. There we go, and I'll show you once again the manufacturer coverage. So just scrolling through them. But it's a fantastic tool, like I say. We've been using this for a number of years now, and it's never let us down. Okay, so link in the description to where you can pick it up from. I'd highly recommend it, honestly. If you've got more than one vehicle, if you've only got a Mercedes, then what I would probably say is, you know, you're not bothered about the tablet or the other tools, the manufacturers. Look at this kit here, the MB version 3.0. That is what the software from this tool here is integrated into the CR Max tool. Alright, so if we work backwards, the Mercedes software from this tool is implemented into this tool here, the MB3. So I'll pop the links to both of these in the description in any case. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and I hope this helps.